We are the brothers of the Great Millstone, and first and foremost, we want to give praise to all praises and glory and honor be unto
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers that do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Now more so than ever, the would-be judges, the 144,000, the chapter and falsely calls JC. His name is Yahawashai. Always was, always will be. Right? To the rest of the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, among the heathen nations that have the appearance of the heathen nations. This is not a black only thing. All right, and to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, we say shalom. All right, yeah. So we're the brothers of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, and we have an honorary guest, one of the elder apostles himself, Apostle Rakaz, among us. We're blessed, and we're just gonna jump right in on this thing. And absolutely,
Back on something you just said. We gotta start pushing that more too. What you just said. And I love that, man.
I start every lesson that way.
What you said with the tribe, like with the tribes or Israel, period. Not every, well, Apostle Gabar said it as well, many years ago. He said, yeah, you guys think everybody going to be knuckleheads back then. So you guys think every Israel going to come in here looking like John Shaft.
That's right.
God,
right?
I remember that.
Right. Some of you younger brothers wouldn't know who Shaft is.
Yeah.
Right? But whatever, Richard Roundtree.
Shaft.
Samuel Jackson. Yeah, I believe somebody.
Yeah, if you think Sam Jackson is Shaft, you
Yeah, you're right. Not Shaft. No, he was a bootleg version.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was good, though.
It's my duty to please that
That's
boo.
why they had to throw. Which goes back to the point. But that's why they had to throw my man Richard Roundtree in the movie.
Yeah.
To validate.
Exactly.
They had to put him in there to validate.
Changing the God.
Yeah, change him to God. And then or Wesley Snipes. Like, dudes think every Israelite gonna come looking like Wesley Snipes. Every Israelite woman gonna come looking like Angela Bassett or whatever. Or, you know what I mean? No, man. Israelites are gonna come looking all kind of ways. You can tell by the spirit.
Including like our worst enemy. And they hate, you know, that it's funny that people that talk like that, and we'll get back on it, they never acknowledge when it's the other way around. When somebody is chocolate, dark as hell, but got an Edomite father.
Con.
You know, they don't, but anyway, the hell with them niggas. But yeah, I open up like that.
I love
It's
it.
about the scattered elect as well.
Let me ask you a quick question too. Case in point, I'm glad you said that, right? I'm gonna ask y'all, see how spiritual you guys are. Bob Marley. Was Bob Marley an Israelite or no?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I was just talking
Now,
about
supposedly his father was a white man.
And I've
Yeah,
seen
well,
him.
I
I was on the islands and went to his house. I did the tour and went to his house, saw the images of his father.
Yeah.
But I also know that Bob had too much spirit. He had too much rhythm. He had a spirit of Edomite. Now I'll tell you who is the Edomite is Lenny Kravitz. All right?
Right.
And because there's a huge difference, even though they both have supposedly white fathers,
Yeah.
the spirit in the two of them are different.
Yes,
All right? Lenny is just a light brown. He's just a light brown Edomite.
I never really liked him anyway.
Yeah. So and that's the reason why.
I wanna get away.
Yeah, Edomite bitches love him, all right? Because they think
Right.
But
They can relate to the spirit that's on them.
Hey, Elder, the brother Yaquaria, he also mentioned the Barge family.
Yeah.
Elder Barge.
No, James.
They straight, Jay.
they 100% James.
Completely.
Yeah, because their father, he looked like an Edomite, you know what I'm saying? But, oh, man, come on, bro. I'm still bumping they shit right
You
now.
can't tell me DeBarge ain't Jakes. Those are Israelites.
Yeah.
100%.
See, because what you gotta understand, see, this is the thing. I was talking to somebody recently about this. Israel, well, the man is not of the woman is of the man. That's the scripture say, right? The spirit, man, like bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Lord.
Right.
So you know certain people that are Israelites by their spirit.
Right.
Because ain't none of us in this room, none of us in this room got some fucking documents going back 2,000 years.
Hey,
Right.
you try the spirit by the spirit.
Well, that exactly. So we don't see, but a lot of people are not spiritual, and Esau, this devil. You got something?
Yeah, I'll wait till you finish.
No, none of us, like the average Jake out here. Well, nowadays anyway, don't even know what his daddy is. That's a terrible deal, man.
That means your mama was a hoe.
It was in mamas was a hoe.
Your mama was very. You don't know who your father is.
That's terrible.
That really falls on your mother.
That's it.
Hey, you said something years ago where you talked about how this Western Asian individual had told somebody he felt for his mother or some shit like that because
He did that. Actually, that was a video.
Okay.
It was a Elamite was arguing with a white boy,
right.
and they were having Elamite. So the Elamite and the white boy was having words back and forth, and the Elamite, and this was during the video was from the it was one of the wars was going on over there, and he was talking about, I hope we bomb the shit out you. And he's like, dummy, I'm from India.
Right.
He didn't even know the difference between someone that's from Central Asia and someone that's from Western Asia.
Right.
All right. So Esau is not smart, and so the Elamite said, and so they start challenging him to fight and all this other shit, and the Elamite was saying, well, if you was a man, you do this and that and the other. He said, a man. He said, if you was a man, he said, you just mad. He said, if you was a man, you'd stay here, not leave. He said, matter of fact, he said, if your father was the only man your mother ever had sex with, you'd be a man and you'd stay here. And the Edomite just got enraged. He turned like 9 shades of red because what he said was an assault at the whole nother level. Because what he's saying, you come from a culture where different men fuck your mom before your dad did.
That's right, brother.
Wow.
And he's like, I come from a culture. My mother was never, penetrated by other men. My mother was only penetrated by my father, but your mother, but you, right? You came from a whore that all kinds of men in college shot their loads down her mouth and inside her body and on her back and in her face.
Hey, Elder
And
Mama.
I got it. I understood. And the Edomite was destroyed.
Yeah.
He didn't even want to talk after that.
Everything is vibrations, man.
Yeah.
Listen, bro. One thing, I'm going to read that scripture real quick. Y'all going to whatever lesson y'all going to, but this is edification. Like I told you, brothers, man. Lately, speaking for myself, in the past 3-4 years, whatever, man, I've been learning to be more spiritual, man. But it's the Lord, And I sit there sometimes, and you ponder on the scriptures, and you just look at shit. When you come up on higher levels, when the Spirit starts supping with you and shit like that, you brothers have experienced this, man. You start looking at the world differently, man.
That's right, brother.
You start looking at things, bro. Real talk. I mean, I get angry, but that's that righteous indignation of the Lord, right? Even with these fucking Edomites, right?
Right.
Of course, we want to get our hands on them, but I'm not even that angry at Esau no more.
Mm-hmm. He is who he is.
Even these niggas, like I get on Jake, but then there's certain days where it's like, you know what, man? You ain't even supposed to be mad, bro. Everything was going according to plan.
Right.
And on this earth, like the Elder Malcolm was just talking about, right, with the altercation between them two dudes, right? As far as that goes with the woman thing, the reason, and we had spoke on this, man, this is like last year, a year and a half ago out in Dallas. We was at the camp one night, and there was these two jakes, little young pookies with the dreadlocks, right?
Right.
And Spirit got on me because that's something that just make me angry. I can't stand them motherfuckers, right? I'm talking the 2/3. I just don't like them.
2/3.
Right? 2/3, whatever, right? But anyways, Spirit, for that night, the Spirit got on me. Usually I have anger toward them niggas when I see them. I see a nigga with dreadlocks, little linky nigga. I twist this little nigga's head off, right? But then, that night, and even now, when I see him, I kind of pity them. If y'all can get what I'm coming from. I kind of almost feel sorry for them little mother efforts. Because I'm like, okay, you got to put yourself in that, in there. These dudes, these little dudes out here, man, the fetches, you got the fetches, all these little niggas. Can you blame them for being the way they are? You dig what I'm saying? Like, they lost.
Yeah, look at them.
They lost souls, man. I'm sorry, Papa.
No, you're right. Go ahead.
These little niggas are lost souls, right? Running around out here, like the elder just got done going to the hole when he said they don't know who their daddy is. Can you imagine, man, not knowing who your father is? And then you got as you, and then you got all the brothers in this room, we're all siblings. You growing up in a house with your brother and your brother and your brother and your sister.
And all y'all got different days.
All we know is we know we ain't got the same daddy. Hold your peace. Hold your peace. I'm just fucking with you, brother.
No, you are good. I was just gonna say
that.
that's what happened in my household. I'm the youngest of my mother on my mother's side, but we all have different fathers. Four of us on my mama's side.
And I'm glad you spoke, bro. But before I continue, I'm glad you spoke. With that being said, right, everything that I was saying, with that being said, that don't mean because of a brother, you got brothers that don't know who they father. I'm talking about brothers in the truth. Yeah. I'm talking about brothers in the truth. There's brothers amongst us here that don't know the curses, man.
Right, that's the curses.
So you brothers, man, you grew up in a fucked up, well, hold on, bro. I grew up in a similar, I know who my father is. I knew my father, I knew my grandfather, you know what I mean? I grew up with them. But as far as my mother, my father left her ass when I was 3. But my father and my grandparents are still in my life. But my mother remarried and she remarried again. So I could relate to that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause growing up around my mama, 3 other half brothers, like, these women are out of order, man.
Yeah.
But it all go back to the white man.
Yep. Facts. And I got 2 brothers I don't know and 2 sisters because my daddy died before I was born, and my mother never pushed me to meet that side of the family.
Good. So hey, brother, well, that's the spirit. Hey, man, don't, you heard me saying what I was saying. You heard what the elder Malcolm said, but hey, man, don't feel no kind of way like I don't want, like, don't be like, damn, man, that means maybe I might not be right or something. No, fuck that. No, that don't mean that.
That adulterous generation
The Lord said we was gonna be a part of it.
and that's what that means.
That's all that means.
And that goes to show you just how fucked up the society is, and that the children of Israel are under those sort of circumstances.
Yeah, my mom was. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was gonna say that my mom's mom had 5 children, all 5 different baby daddies, and my mama was the one who didn't know who her daddy was. She never met her daddy ever. All the other 4 met their individual daddies. You know what I'm saying? So what you just said, that was my mom.
This is important, man. Hey, Slocky, man. I'm gonna shut up and let y'all get into whatever lesson the spirit gonna lead y'all into. But you gotta understand, man. I want y'all to understand. Sometimes you gotta roll in the spirit, man. Remember the scripture said the spirit is like the wind. And then Yahushua also said this: take no thought of what ye shall say, or take no script, for we're giving you in that same hour where we ought to speak. Here it is right here in this very room. We got brothers that been through that, like, hey, man, exhortation.
Testimony.
You gave your testimony, brother. I'm always giving testimony. The spirit beyond me to sometimes I got to vent, man. Sometimes other brothers got to vent. These are things that brothers need to hear sometimes. And then y'all filming, so you got brothers out there, man.
That need
The
to hear.
congregation.
That's why, like I said, somebody get that scripture. Oh, the adulterous generation. The Lord was speaking to Israel because that's the condition that we're in. All right, my oldest sister, and I love my oldest sister, but my oldest sister has a different father from the rest of us. Her father died when she was 2 years old, and then my mother linked back up with my father, who was her childhood sweetheart. When they were young, and then she left, came here to Chicago. My father came here looking for her. But when he found her, she had a 2-year-old, and her dad was dead, so he, married her, and here I am.
That was his
All
woman.
right. So technically, yeah. But the point is though is that the average Jake that is born today, their mother's been with all kinds of men before. So basically, well, we have our children, and our children came forth out of polluted women. All right. All right. It says right. What did that? Did we read Jeremiah 3 in the last lesson?
Yes.
All right. How did we get back here? All right.
It's like in
The
one
Spirit
house,
brought it back.
in one household, you got all 12 tribes.
and my cousin, bless him, he's probably watching right now. My aunt did that shit. All right, my mother's sister did that shit. She had my oldest cousin, all right. When I was little, I was very close to her, and we were close. She was a lot older than me, but I was close to my oldest cousin. All right, but it turns out she the demon of the family. As pretty as she was the worst one. All right, and then so my aunt had her first, and her and my oldest sister, my oldest sister would be the oldest of all the, but she and my oldest cousin, they were close, born the same year. All right, my sister's a few months older than her. Then my aunt turned around and had her next daughter, whom I didn't even learn about her until I was 30 years old. Damn. All right. So and she had my second cousin, the second of her children. All right. Because my mother only had 4. Me and my 3 sisters, my oldest sister and then me. Actually 5. I had a brother, but he didn't make it. All right. So anyway, then she gave her second child away when my mother and my grandmother begged her not to. My mother and my mother was the mother of all of us, including my cousins. At some point, most of my cousins stayed with us. All right, my mother raised us all. All right, because my cousin is watching. Shalom, bro. I know he watching. But he when my mother passed, he came and hugged me and said my mother died too, because she was a mother to us all. So anyway, she gave my cousin away that I never met till I was 30 years old. Then turned around and had 7 more kids.
No shit.
All right, she had turned around and after you done gave her away. So the first 2 had different fathers. Then him and his brother end up having different fathers because his brother because my cousin's a Gadite. He's the only Gadite in that whole family. All right, so even though he and my other cousin, and one is a Marine like me, they have the same name, but they got different fathers.
Wow.
So I don't want to go on all to the details and stuff like that. But the point is that happened close to home with me. And again, my oldest sister has a different father. So that's just something that we went through. All right? Is it somebody got that scripture?
Yeah, I got it. Elder Malcolm, like I said, my parents split when I was 3. Thank the Lord, I still had my dad in my life and my grandparents. And, that's why I'm so heavy into my culture and stuff. Right? But I was predominantly with my mother, right? But then my dad would come get me.
Right.
I'm a Reubenite. My younger half brother, he's Judah. And then the other 2 are Benjamin.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, we all grew up like that.
So go ahead, brother.
This Matthew 16, I'm going to start at 2. And he answered and said unto them, when is evening? Yea, say it will be far wherewith, for the sky is red. In the morning it will be fall, whether the day, for the sky in the red and lowering, or ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto you, but the sign of the prophet Jonah, and he left them and departed.
Right? So we're a wicked and adulterous generation that seeketh after a sign. Then they don't even want to believe the record that was written.
They don't want to believe the sign.
Okay, so but nevertheless, just to change up the vibration a little bit, we're just going to go into some current events. And I'd like to talk about give me that what's that scripture that says if they I think it's in Proverbs 26 They say if they say something
Oh,
It meant for-
24.
kind, you know what I'm saying? When they say something, they really mean, when they say something good, they really mean it's something bad.
Proverbs 26 and 24.
Kind, Bible
Start at
shot.
24, I think it's 25.
Proverbs 26 and 24. He that hateth disassembleth with his lips
There we go.
and layeth up deceit within him.
So when he say that we going to war to preserve democracy and help these people and set these people free, no, you going to war because you want somebody's substance before your own, to feed your own belly and your own needs. All right, go continue.
When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation.
Right, and so Esau's just being called out, and mainly by his women. Job 27 and 15. And I'm going to read this article, or this AI overview about former Army Intelligence Officer Josephine Gilbo. All right, and when what she did, and basically there was no threat to America by Iran, and then she broke down with terrorism mean, and the only terrorist act was really committed by the Israeli and the Israelites and the U.S. government. She broke down what the word means, and she's a former intelligence officer whose job was counterterrorism, and she broke down. She's a counterterrorist officer, and she broke down what terrorism is, and then she broke down the actions that were just done. And so when you threatening or committing violence to either to coerce, meaning to scare someone, or create fear, or you actually commit an act where you harm and hurt and kill people, it's to sway people to do something that you want them to do. And basically, she's saying that that's what America, what the current president just did.
Put him under
And
duress.
now, right, and unfortunately, like we keep telling you, unfortunately for America, they ran up on Iran and didn't realize that Iran had those hands, right? And Iran gave them the business, and they ended up on the mats like my girl Barbara last night, eyes wide open, laid out, not knowing what the hell she had.
Or like that Nigerian dude.
Right, him too, right?
Oh, Puppy said the weak say I'm strong.
Yeah.
There it is.
Everybody got hands now.
Yeah,
So,
that is
and
right.
see, and America is right. America's so used to being a bully. And the truth is, America don't really got no skills. They just the big bad bully, big as hell, go around pushing everybody around, and all of a sudden they pushed on somebody.
Give me your lunch money.
Right there, you go. And they ran up on the wrong one. They had them hands.
They heard the word. DMX, what DMX say? He said, "Now you laying on your back, staring at the roof of the church."
There you go.
Preacher telling the truth and it hurts.
Discipline too.
Okay.
You brothers, man, I know most of you brothers are into the arts, like I am as well. Elder Magama, what's the first, when you learn any form of combat training, right? Whether you was in the military, whether you MMA, boxing, karate, jiu-jitsu, like whatever form of combat, when you do it, the man that, like I said, even Bruce Lee, you know, Bruce Lee is one of my idols I looked up to growing up. When you learn how to fight, it's for defense only, right? And you're taught discipline, because if you know you're dangerous, man, you got hands, like the elder said, you can kill somebody, man. Easy, right? So if you ain't going out there pick, you don't go out picking fights.
Yeah, we're not Cobra Kai here. The thing behind it is that, you know, like you said, for defense purposes only. And the whole thing is that we don't train to start fights. We train to finish fights. We don't start it, you know. Matter of fact, I don't own, you know, except for the when I whooped a couple gangbanging niggas quite a few times. I've never been the one to just walk, you know, throw the first punch. You know, I usually would try to always seek the way of peace. Now I will be honest. There's a couple times when I sought the way of peace, hoping they would do something, but But I still try to give them that option to like, look, bro, let's like, you know, or I asking the guy to leave. You can't be in the club no more. You did something else, and then he decide he looking me up and down. He think he can take me. Then he try something, and then he find out. Then he on the highlight reel. And,
Messenger.
it happens. Okay,
The reason I brought that up, Elder, not to tell you.
but that's what happened with America.
Con Elder, that was the analogy that I was trying to get across. I love to use analogies. Oh man, like how should I like to use parables? How should I did that? So analogies, parables, same thing. Same thing. That's the reason I brought that up. And you never overmatch yourself. Same thing, the same parable. I said this to y'all the other night, I believe. Hey, even if you know how to like bro, like I said, you know, we know how to handle ourselves. I know how to handle myself. The Elder Malcolm, but like Elder Malcolm ain't gonna go. Like he walk out this door right now, walk up and there's 5 niggas on the corner.
Relax.
He ain't gonna go. No, he's gonna probably cross the street and avoid them. Like it says in Proverbs. He ain't gonna go up there and say, look, man, I know.
Y'all get the fuck off this block.
I know what I know. Yo, what's up? Y'all niggas wanna fight?
Well, it says simple pass of bones and not
That's stupid.
You understand?
Yeah.
You never overmatch yourself. And this is what Trump is doing, which is cool. We love it.
Right.
Because the elites, the small hats up top, the small hats up top,
And the small hats all on top.
they're telling him to do it. But you know what? Brothers, we're supposed to love it.
Right.
You know what Apostle Tahar said last week?
I room temperature.
Matter of fact, let me see. Okay, I'm getting down with y'all.
Okay.
I talked to Apostle Tahar like a week and a half ago on the phone. And every time I call him, you know, me and him end up being on the phone for like an hour and a half, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I miss him, he miss me. So when I do call him, you know, I don't be wanting to, like how y'all be, I don't be wanting to bother him, man. You be like, look, brother, man, I'm good, I got water. You know, but whatever, man. So when I call him, it's special. But anyways, he said, hey, man, no, brother, look, man, no, we love Trump. We support him because he's the guy that's going to help get us out of here. He's the guy because these other moles ain't doing nothing, man. But this dude is, man, I know it. I was happy when he got elected. I was happy. I celebrated.
We need that.
Because I knew he was going to do exactly.
What he's doing.
I knew it.
You got to preach that, brother. Let him
Come on, come on.
And to add to your Psalms 11:5, it said, "The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth."
That's
All right.
a good one, bro.
So now bring out that Job 27, and we're gonna read about Miss Josephine Gilboa and how she's going against white male domination and rulership right now. Go ahead.
This is the book of Job 27:15. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widow shall not weep.
Right. So his widow should not weep, and his women are coming against him on every stage. All right. But on this one, Josephine Gilboa, a former U.S. Army intelligence officer and activist, message. She publicly urged the commander of the USS Tripoli to stop the ship and turn it around, warning of complicity of war crimes and death. All right. Background: Gilboa was previously spoken out of 2024 to the demand to ceasefire in Gaza. Well, they don't tell about her background because I believe not only was she a Army intelligence officer, but I do believe she also worked for the CIA. So this, you know, this broad has been around the block. All right, and but it says former U.S. intelligence analyst Josephine Gilboa has urged for a turnaround of the USS Triple E, warning Captain Patrick J. Sullivan that continuing their mission makes them complicit in war crimes and potential deaths of U.S. Marines. Her message focuses on hating military actions and reverse the course. So that's AI trying to put a negative spin on her. But she's saying that all this is being done under false pretenses. And you got more generals and more soldiers that are refusing. There's videos all over the internet now, all over YouTube. Someone can probably go find one. Hint. That of this thing. And I watched a video earlier where she spoke about how when she broke down what terrorism meant, and then she broke down the Tomahawk missiles that hit that school to kill those 160 girls. All right? And what I didn't know is that modern Tomahawk missiles, they also have cameras on them, so you get a live action view of the destruction that you're doing. So they know. So what that's telling you is that they knew exactly what they were doing, which is why when she started her speech, she's broke down terrorism and what it is, and basically that was a terrorist act committed by our government when they bombed that school, because it wasn't an accident. All right, it wasn't Israel. Well, you know, it all points back to the JOOs. All right, to them Israelites over there, but they knew, because each missile has a camera on it, so you get to see see the destruction that you get. And supposedly, according to her, there was 3 missiles that hit. At least that's what until I stopped watching it. I heard about number 3, but she said number 1, when it hit, all the death that happened, the girls scattered and ran. Wow. All right, the ones that were still alive. You know, everybody running from the destruction, the ones that's not buried and blown to pieces or burning to death. And they ran for the sanctuary. They ran to the church. So not only that, these girls were Christian girls. All right, and we're going over there to give what? Democracy and free to citizens and Christian this and Christian that and white Jesus. All is a fucking lie. Right. All the people pushing white Jesus are racist, hateful people that want to kill anybody, put anyone to death that's not pale like them.
You wanna know why, Elder? I'm gonna tell you why. Because realistically, it's never changed. Remember back in the 60s, I believe it was, down there in Birmingham, I believe it was Birmingham, Alabama, right? Mm-hmm. Malcolm X went crazy over that shit. He wanted to kill crack. Well, anyways, they blew up the church.
Yeah.
Them crackers firebombed the church with the little
killed them little girls.
A bunch of little black girls, little black kids in there, fucked up. Right? He bombed the church. Right? So and that leads into what's going on, what they doing to the Mother Nations, which we don't give 2 shits about the Mother Nations, right? But it's a pattern of behavior. If y'all understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's a pattern of behavior.
By white Christian males.
Yeah, by Esau.
Christians.
Yeah, well,
Jesus.
Now let's go further back in time, right? I started with the 60s, right? Well, no, let's stay in the 60s for a hot second. They blew up the church. Them crackers killed all them little girls, little black girls, right? And then move a little further back, the Indian boarding school system. Okay, remember that came out recently too. It was a big thing. But I already knew that shit. I already knew about it. My grandparents, were in the Indian boarding school system when they were young, back in like the 30s or something, like 40s. My grandparents, they were killing the Native American kids. The nuns, them fucking freak nuns, and them freak ass Catholic priests. They were molesting the kids, the Native kids. All your stuff like this, you couldn't have. They'll take this and rip it and burn it in front of you, cut your hair. You couldn't speak your language, man, it was torture, right? And that's just on top of everything else they did to us, right? Then go back in time, right? Yeah, slavery, yeah. Niggas gonna still talk about slavery, because it happened. It happened. How did black folks get here? Motherfucker.
Right.
Right? And then you did all these atrocities, and this is over a 500-year period. Slavery. Man, that's some brutal shit. Y'all seen the movie? Wasn't no fuck movies, it was reality. Yeah. But I'm just saying, remember 12 Years a Slave, Roots, Mandingo, Drum, them movies showed you what was going on, man. Everybody know, but then even after that, the Jim Crow era, right? Over here, what they did to us over here, still in our land, right here where we sitting right now, in Chicago, man, this is native land.
Gary, you know what, Apostle? Not far from here, barely a mile from here, is Iroquois Landing. It's Iroquois Landing. I ain't seen one Iroquois yet.
No.
All right, then it takes you right into South Deering because of all the deer over there, and all the you got all the swamping. Like over where I stayed, that was all swamping and stuff. And you go off of them back roads, that's all you're gonna see. and there's a lot of deer and coyotes and
Yeah.
you know, Wolf Lake and all the wildlife out there. But that was Iroquois landing.
Yeah.
And when you know how when you get off to take 103rd, when we going toward my house, that exit, that's Iroquois landing. So all those houses and those homes, when we always see that big ass hawk flying around, that's Iroquois landing.
There's some hawks out there.
Yeah, oh, there's a lot of them. They're all over the city. You know. Yeah, your cats and dogs get outside. They little.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it.
But
Cats in there.
yeah, the cat is always in. But
These
anyway,
devils, man, right? And have y'all ever heard of the Black Hawk Wars?
oh yeah, about Chief Black Hawk.
Yes.
And now they name the Black Hawks after them. I get mad about that every time I think
That
about
was
it.
right here.
Yeah.
That was in Illinois. Oh, and by the way, the great emancipator Abraham Lincoln, he was a part of that campaign. It was right before he became president. This is when he was still a young man. He was a part of the militia army that killed the Black Hawk Indian chief Black Hawk and his people. Okay, matter of fact, that was the oh my God, Chief Black Hawk was a chief of the tribe. That tribe that was here. This is their land. It'll come to me, man. It will come to me. Oh my God, it'll come to me, man. But Chief Black Hawk was the chief.
That's two different things, fight and life. Because Illinois is the Illini as well.
You had to fight the line, but that was a different tribe.
It's a different
Black
tribe.
Hawk.
The tribe that owns Illinois, these lands. It'll come to me, man. It'll come to me. Not the Puspatuck, man.
McCoway, known in English as Black Hawk, was a Sauk leader and warrior.
Second Fox.
All right. And warrior who lived in the future Midwestern United States, although he had inherited an important historical. Let me click on it.
They gonna got Salt Trail up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Historic sacred bundle from his father. He was a hereditary. He was a hereditary civil chief. Black Hawk earned his status as a war chief or captain by his actions, leading raiding and war parties as a young man. Then at the band of Sauk warriors during the Black Hawk War of 1832. And let's see if they tell the truth.
The second Fox.
It says, during the War of 1812, Black Hawk fought on the side of the British against the U.S. Wonder why? In the hope of pushing white American settlers away from territory. Later, led a band of Sauk and Meskwaki warriors known as the British Band against white settlers in Illinois in present-day Wisconsin during the
Meskwaki.
During the 1832 Black Hawk War. After the war, he was captured by U.S. forces and taken to the eastern U.S., where he and his other leaders were taken on tour for several cities. So they were paraded like trophies.
Just like they did to Geronimo, which his real name is Goyatla. That was his real name, Goyatla. There's a whole other story behind Geronimo. I'll explain that later. Goyatla. Just like they did the Super Bowl with the fucking Buffalo Bill Cody. They put him there and they traveled the world, right? Put us in parades. After they conquered us, put us in fucking parades. And the Edomites clapped. Look at the Indians, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same shit.
It says, shortly before being released from custody, Black Hawk told his story to an interpreter. Aided also by the newspaper reporter, he published the autobiography, Makaktawai Shakaya Kayat, or Black Hawk Embracing the Traditions of the Nation in 1833, the first Native American autobiography to be published in the U.S. His book became an intermediate bestseller and has gone through several editions. Black Hawk died in 1838 at age 70 or 71 in what became southeastern Iowa. He has been honored by enduring legacy. His book, many eponyms and other tributes. And I also heard that they killed his daughter and raped his wife.
Yeah.
I heard a story about that.
Oh no, that's
So-
what's going on. They were doing all kind of atrocities
That's why he fought so hard against white
Yeah.
men, and was trying. He basically, Black Hawk wanted to clear America. And how many times you heard me say that by the time the Edomites started coming to the Midwest, they already had heard what had happened out east. So by the time they got to the fighting Illini, that's why you think they call them the fighting Illini. While they got here and started pushing west, they were met with with resistance. By the time and by the time they got to them crazy ass Comanche, Lakota, and Apache, it was on.
Lord.
So he was more
Right.
like a Z-like in those days.
Basically,
They
right.
were.
You
But you
know.
know what? You had to be. Fuck that. What you gonna do, bro?
Yeah.
You gonna be a man and fight, or you just gonna lay
Yeah,
down?
with somebody coming and taking your lands and
Your
snatching
women,
up your
your
women
kids.
and your young boys and your
Children.
yeah, what you expect to happen.
So
You know,
you saw-
the other day
I'm sorry.
the other day we talked about
man.
what was that, the last sit down, I think we spoke up, we Pocahontas came up and we told the true story of Pocahontas, and that it wasn't a love story, and John Smith raped her. He killed her husband. She was married. He killed her husband, killed her son,
Kidnapped him.
and kidnapped her. All right, that's the real story of Pocahontas. It wasn't some beautiful love story, like I said, with them holding hands and spinning around in the flowers.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
That wasn't what happened, man. All right, she didn't go willingly with him.
And the Northern Kingdom was over here for like 1,700 years. So imagine how much murder Esau then came over, because they conquered from east to the west.
They killed from east to west, from north to South America. They landed in Brazil and worked their way up, and they left they between from the time of Cristobal Colon until now, hundreds and hundreds of millions, man. In that book, what book is that? I think that's I think that was in Bartholomew de las Casas, one of his writings. He said that when they got to the island of Hispaniola, we know that that's Haiti and Dominican Republic. He said that they were dark brown people, and that they looked like anthills. There was so many of them. There was so many jakes in those islands. They were like the sand of the sea. There was so many jakes in just Hispaniola around and the neighboring islands, and they killed millions of them. All right, and then they came over there, and Esau was just so nasty. He just came over there, achoo, and then he killed him with that. Then niggas start getting snot noses and headaches and the flu. Like, what the fuck is this? This nigga just breathed on me.
Right.
Bro, it showed, it was a particular movie, man. It showed them, man, that shit, bro, we just mentioned, bro. The bodies was piled up. They was just stacking them, bro. Like burying them or the open graves. You know how they just pile them up and like just off sneezing these diseases, because they were fucking the animals on their way here, man. So a lot of those diseases. The shit that we know Fauci was doing, he was doing was called.
I'm pretty sure gonorrhea has something to do with goats or sheep.
Yeah.
So that's how. Yeah. So because I saw, you can find this video on YouTube. There was a video that I watched many years ago, and I did a lesson on this probably about 15 years ago, and it was talking about how these explorers landed in the Canary Islands. So that's them Japhites, them Japhetic people. All in the islands and stuff, and they said they landed in the Canary Islands, and they got off the ships, and all they did was they start shooting people with their muskets, and then when they left the Canary Islands, they raped, robbed, and pillaged, and they left all the people full of syphilis and herpes.
Just a little bit.
All right, it's like you showed up, all right, got drunk, raped some people, left them with syphilis and herpes.
You know, nasty crackers all over. Can you imagine, man?
Just take your ass over where you were.
Crackers, like all that. Like when they got here, our beautiful, pretty native women. Fucking crackers.
Stank, funky.
Yeah.
Right. Once hour a month.
So I understand, man.
Right.
I do understand the Israelite woman having that anger in her and shit like that. By the way, Elder, we were clean. I'm talking about all of our people.
As a people, we have to be.
We were clean people.
Right.
Okay? Southern and Northern Kingdom. But as far as we're on the native issue, and I know this for a fact, our people were clean over here.
Yeah.
And back, the northern, the Native Americans, we were clean, bro.
Yep.
The fucking white man with his Hollywood, Hollywood, right?
Portrayed as
We
a
were
savage.
savages. We were this. We were that. We were uncivilized people. That's bullshit.
Going back to the title, MSM, mainstream media lies.
Man,
Hollywood lies. It's all lies.
See what I'm saying? We all dealing with infirmities, and this devil done fucked us over generations. I know this for a fact, man. You always, in the old traditional days, right? The old traditional, we were over here before Esau came, or when this devil first came, and I know because I was raised up in a traditional way. When I would be back amongst my people, when the old days, man, the old days, you know what I mean? The old days, I mean, what you talking about? The old traditional days,
Right.
Our
Horse
ancestors.
and buggy days.
When you were hunting, and even before that,
Con.
okay, in a tribal system, I said we're all a tribe here.
Right.
This is a council. This is what we call a council fire. This is the council fire, man. Right here. And then you have your chiefs, your elders, and so on and so forth. You always set up shop near a water system, a clean water system.
I had this on deck.
Please,
Starve
brother.
Rock.
You know my elder VB there?
Well, it was
Starve Rock.
Starve Rock is about an hour and 20 minutes away. And when we used to go out to Norwell, Illinois, matter of fact, I believe you went out there when a timeshare years ago that we used to have.
I might have.
Rama came out one time, D-Match and so forth. And I wish I would have known about it then, because we would have took a trip, pretty sure we would have. But I've been over Starve Rock, and matter of fact, I was just showing Yaki some images, and you talk about clean water. You got waterfalls. Big Jake don't even know you got canyons and caverns and caves and waterfalls.
Right.
Just an hour away. Look, Jake don't go nowhere.
And wasn't it a standoff there?
Yes.
That's why they call it Starve Rock.
Yeah,
The Gadites starved to death because they cut them off and then they couldn't get food to hunt.
And that started between
Because they were resisting.
It was intertribal. It was Ottawa against the Illinois, but that's because they were having beef with Esau, and so that caused beef with them. So one of the tribes said, "Well, we're gonna trap them there," and they trapped them there. That's why it's called Starved Rock. And all the natives that were there, they all got starved to death. So now when we go pick flowers and go to their lake and the waterfalls over our people, our ancestors.
And as a matter of fact, it's their dead bodies that made the ground so fertile
That's it.
and made everything grow like that. So yeah, so Esau is a motherfucker, man.
And he started it. They didn't have that beef before until Esau came in.
Esau
and
started
And then he would turn us against each other.
Yeah.
Exactly. Divide and conquer.
The book that I have at home by Alain Delay, it breaks that down. How they would come in and you saw the conquistadors, would link up and promise this tribe will help you get gold, or we'll help you do that and this and that and the other if you help us defeat that tribe.
Right.
And so you saw the tribes going to war, and Esau with them with their armor and their muskets and shit, and the tribes fighting each other. All right, and then they would turn around and after they get what they want, they would do the same thing with another tribe to come in and remove them. So they would constantly, just supplanting Jake, and playing Jacob. They were supplanting Jake and getting the tribes to
turn on
fight turn on each other, and then they would support one side to help kill off the others. And then when they got them, then by the time Jake realized what was going on, their numbers was too small to fight back.
Right.
Esau is building his numbers up, and there you go. But he got a scripture. I know you.
Let him read his. Elder Malcolm, get that for me, Baba Kushad. We brought it out. Me and you have brought it out. That'd be crazy if it's the same scripture. His words were smoother than.
Con.
Can you get that for me, Baba Kushad, Elder? And brother, you read yours.
Okay. This is Rock 13 and 6. I get to the point. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, "What one is thou?" So like you say, promise you gold, help us take them down, we'll give you place, right? And he will shame thee by his meats until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice. And at the last he will laugh thee to scorn afterward. When he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. So that's what Esau would do, man. They'll use you and then use you up, shit. All right, and they can laugh at you, bring you down, come against you. That's the right you up. Never trust our enemy. He'll seek to overthrow thee.
That's what they do with these celebrities. Yeah. And until they done with you, or you wake up to their bullshit and start trying to speak against them like Kanye.
Yeah. Hey, Taquan, when I was a shorty, when I was real little, my mother told me about the devil. I didn't know, because I didn't have the truth then. I was probably 5, 6 years old. She read the Bible to me. I didn't know who the devil was, but one thing my mother always told me is he will use you up until he don't need you no more and get rid of you. And that's exactly what he does, man.
That's what he's done.
I have one more quick thing. That's cool. This 2 Corinthians 11:14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Esau, frame his mischief by peace. All right, frame mischief by law. So he'll say these men are savages. We got to do this to them. Meanwhile, when you look into the Aztecs' sewage system, all right, they sewage system and the aqueducts is still famed to this day. And I just read a snippet of it. One part. The Aztec sewage system was a highly efficient, sustainable waste management system that prioritized cleanliness and nutrient recycling. Wow. Then it goes into what they did, kept the lakes clean. And the very last thing it says, the system of recycling human nutrients for agriculture helped ensure the city was in many ways cleaner than many European cities of the same era, which often suffer from lack of waste management. So you got this devil coming over here saying these men are savages. Meanwhile, they had these great aqueduct systems, this great sewage system. They have fucking canoes to carry waste management out, reuse this shit. But in France, you got them screaming out, "Look out below," because they throwing shit right on the street.
And the Thames is
from
full
above,
of shit.
man.
The Thames River in London full of shit. People getting sick from the symptoms. Like all that.
Matter of fact, I'm going to read the scripture that the apostle called for. But you also have to remember too that what do they call them? Stacks, high heel shoes. That was invented. That invention came about so people wouldn't have to step in their feet. They would be above the shit. And that's also where umbrellas came from. The umbrellas wasn't for rain. Umbrellas was to protect piss and flying shit that was flying out of windows from in France. Because you walk down the street in Europe where white people live, well, white people live, and and all of a sudden. Piss and shit is flying out the window.
That's the saying. A pot to piss in, the window throw it out. That's terrible.
There it is. All right, that's their history.
High IQ.
Okay,
After they displaced
lie
us.
IQ.
And that was after they displaced us, because when we were there, we had all that.
Yeah.
We had councils. Matter of fact, the council to this day, going back, had heated wooden floors. They had they were piping warm water.
Heated marble floors.
The stones was
under the foundation, so the floors were warm. They had from sewage to irrigation to
bathroom.
The so-called what they call the Moors. They the ones who started the universities and the colleges and the teaching. Esau
Oxford was started by Jakes.
Yes, sir. Esau came and corrupted it all and then took the credit.
And put his name on it. Let me read the scripture, brother. This is Psalms 55:20. And he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Broken the covenant.
All right, he sit down.
Every
last one of them.
All right,
He never kept a treaty.
he's still doing it. Was he not sitting down with the Iranians when they attacked them twice?
Yeah.
All right. It says, but war was in his heart, in his mind. His words were softer than oil, yet he had drawn sword. So I'm sitting down at the table with you, discussing peace. And I lean over to my man. So you go ahead and hit that straight.
Yeah.
All right.
They tell him to go ahead and do it. All
right. And so my man, we sitting up talking, and somebody whispering in his ear, said, "Sir, we just been attacked, sir." Who was he like what? And then his other aide is like, "Hey, this that nigga across the table, sir."
That's right.
Right.
Like what?
So that's why I say never trust thy enemy.
Yes, that's about
Get it.
He ain't about peace.
Get it. Bring the scripture out.
Oh, what's that other scripture in the Apocrypha? Y'all somebody put that on deck. Beware of that enemy that croucheth and winketh with the eyes.
Oh,
right.
it's right here.
That's right.
That's good.
It's Sirach chapter 12.
Right.
Sirach 12, I'm gonna start at 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, that's those smooth words the elder just reading, man. That's him humbling himself.
Right.
Right?
So
What it says 7 abominations be in his heart though. Right? It say, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Once you got rust on your car, like if you got a car, truck, whatever it might be,
Yeah, you gotta grind that off.
you come. That's the only way. You
come
can't.
back.
That shit is gonna keep rust. Once rust setting us up, it's like a cancer. This is gonna be crushed, and the whole shit, man.
It's like that iron, apostle. You know how you leave that wood in the iron? You try to iron out with that crispy white shirt you just got.
It's all stained out.
That brown shirt like that.
No, but what'll happen, I know I had cars like that. You buy them bullshit cars back in the days. Once that rust get under the, I understand why brothers just said, fuck it, we gonna start financing shit. Once that rust gets under the bottom of your car, okay, it's there, right? And then you might get away with it for like a couple of years, but eventually what will happen, that's when your muffler, like was that rust, will start just, shit will start falling off. And eventually, like, you know, let's say your axle and your certain shit, once it gets too rusty, man, and I'm not no mechanic, but you know, like Apostle Dawes said, you have so many different cars after a while, you become like a makeshift mechanic.
You start learning stuff.
You start learning, you start picking it, you said, fuck it, man, you learn how to change your own.
that's why Esau stopped putting that computer shit in.
That's why he started right. You know, he went away from carburetors to fuel injection.
Carburetors, yeah.
Because you know, you had a carbureted car, you know, you check your first thing you check is your carburetor, your battery, or your
Very simple.
or your distributor cap. It was that simple. Your problem usually lies between those
Easy
things.
fixes.
Then you can fix those things
Easy
really
shit.
easy.
Right.
So and even if you didn't know, you can. Some guys were better than others at it.
Some guys were better than
like
others.
you know, I hear the stories about Pop's father. You know, some guys were better at fixing Pops' handy with cars, and so is Zarala. So, but these newer cars is not as easy. All right.
Because it's Esau. Well, that goes
You don't
into
want to
Esau
touch
trying to
on
make money,
Yeah.
and they putting computers and chips in these cars so they can keep track on your ass.
That's what it's all about. Well, so that when the shit go down, you know, they can just shut off all the cars.
Yep.
You notice in every apocalyptic movie, every Civil War movie, every zombie movie, there's nothing but parking lots on all the highways.
But
Elon
Elon Musk, when the draft, he said, you know, if anybody running from the draft, he said if they headed towards the border,
Who the fuck is he to speak?
right?
He ain't even from here.
Yeah,
Right.
he said that he said, yeah,
Right.
he a real African American.
That's funny,
Yeah.
bro. My little grandson said it this morning because he watched Martin for the first time, and he just thought that was so funny. So he's running around the house and silence, silence, young punk.
So he said,
Just going to what Esau does is called obsolescence. Obsolescence.
Purposeful
Right.
obsolescence.
Purposeful obsolescence is the process of an item, technology, or practice becoming outdated, unused, or inefficient, typically replaced by newer innovations. But they make it to break down.
oh
Yes.
yeah,
That's why you get updates on your phone over and over again. Because the updates come because it eventually is going to make your phone unusable.
Yes.
And most people try to hold on to their phone as long as they can until all of a sudden, you
It just don't
know,
work.
even though you clear out room and get rid of stuff, it's still, you just keep losing more and more video time and more, you know, it's like, damn, I done got rid of everything.
Right,
That's-
and they call it technically planned
yeah,
obsolescence.
so
that's-
plans
Des-
obsolescence.
Designing products to have limited intentional lifespan, so users must purchase new ones.
There you go. Or you have to continually buy the parts.
Yes.
Update.
Like I said, the automotive industry has been like that. My dad was in the midst of it. We could repair any fucking thing, but at the same time, when he had a woman that had that kind of cheddar, every 2 years, she would put, hey, you take that Cadillac back, this, that, and that, because they were designed for you to get rid of it after the 3rd year.
Pops, that's the whole point of the pharmaceutical company. It's not, they're not in the business. At least said there's no business in healing people.
Exactly.
Just to treat the
It's
symptoms.
to treat you. They
Right.
keep coming back like a
Right.
drug addict.
Absolutely.
Let's not even go into that.
That's a whole different story.
Well, that's the American system.
That's a whole
Is,
nother rabbit hole.
no matter what you say.
Am I right? That's a whole other problem.
Like you
Get
said,
started,
no matter what you,
I know my
whatever
soapbox,
you look
man.
into, it's designed that way.
Hey, that's
That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother video. That right there with the fucking pharma. Y'all know what that means anyway.
Witchcraft.
And that goes back to the Greeks and Romans. But really, it goes back to ancient Babylon. That's all witchcraft. The Sadduceus. Hey, young blood. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother video, man.
God. Hey,
Yeah.
another thing on that show you how weak Esau is too, because like I went into this, like even what the way they make the parts now, they use aluminum instead of using iron.
Right.
So like my truck, my Suburban is an old school truck, so my control arms are iron. So you don't have to buy a new control arm. You change the bushings, keep it going. The new cars, you hit a bump, that bitch will crack.
It'll bend.
It'll crack, it'll bend. You get into a car accident. Your whole suspension is fucked.
So
It's
the whole
total.
thing is that it's total. Now you
It's
got to
total.
pay to get a new car.
Even with the motors, my motor, you only need to change the timing chain. That was a rare thing because it was a chain. It was a literal chain.
Not a plastic.
Now it didn't have plastic guides. Now they got the chain and they got plastic guides. It's sitting on plastic with a metal chain that holds tension.
Salt in Chicago.
That,
So the
that
heat,
holds
and
tension,
it basically wears it down.
and it's designed to wear it down.
Wow.
And when the tensioner goes bad, the tensioner is plastic. Once that chain snap while your shit is running, the whole motor's gone.
You got rods.
It's gonna chew the whole
yeah,
fucking motor up
rods,
because it's running. Now the rods and everything is gonna go into the motor. It's designed to if it fails, when it fails, because it will. It's you fucked. You know what I mean?
Call from the same car.
So
Yeah.
your car is good for number of parts now.
Right? No, it's not good for nothing. It's good for
I got a
trash.
question for you,
Come.
any of you brothers in here that are familiar with cars. With the Spirit got us. Are you familiar with Fiats?
Oh, my dad
Yeah,
worked on
my
it.
dad used to. My stepfather.
Well, I'm not.
He drove Fiat.
I'm pretty sure I can work on
That's
it.
a garbage fucking car.
Drive them damn Fiats. Matter of fact, the one of them was it the Triumph?
Fiats and Triumph.
He had that Triumph. Yeah,
Triumph.
he had a Triumph.
Right.
Right now that I'm thinking about it. 'Cause yeah, it was a little bitty
Little
ass car.
two-seater fucking.
Two-seater little sports car because he thought it was cool and
Drop the
shit.
top, right.
All right, but he was a cowboy in the damn Triumph. And he used to put them. I remember.
Sound like my type of guy.
I used to put them damn the chains on his wheels, and for the winter on that little
Oh,
bitty ass
okay.
car.
Wow. Keep it sliding on.
Yeah, because he worked for GM.
Yeah.
So he used to get his cars for for GM for cheap.
Cheap.
So he kept
Esau,
cars.
man. Esau, man. This devil, everything's all about money and control.
Fucking
and power.
you, yeah.
And the reason I asked about the Fiat, because we got a fucking car at our house sitting in the garage. My woman's
Them old ass Fiats are on point though.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's a
them
nice
new ones.
car. But the shit is like, yo, right now the car is sitting in our garage because her daughter left town, whatever, and the shit, we can't get, well, I
Is it
started.
a new one?
Yeah, it's one of the
Yeah,
newer
that's-
ones.
Oh, yeah, that's garbage.
Yeah.
One of the newer ones, brother.
Yeah, if you had an old classic one.
Yeah, like
I can't forget what
70-something,
year.
whatever.
I forget what year it is.
Yeah.
I would have to call my demon and ask her, but it's sitting in the garage. But her daughter left town. She didn't
And you
want
can't get it
seeds.
started.
Well, we got it started. You know, Issachar brother in our camp. Issachar
Okay.
that's mechanic, by the way. One of the brothers in our camp, he came and we brought one of those, you know those things, those chargers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, charge box.
Charge box.
Yeah.
And you know, I came over. His name Yanquab, the brother in our
Okay.
camp, Yanquab. He came, he got it going. We drove, we was driving the shit. But then that shit, you gotta start it. You gotta start it every day. But this is almost a brand new fucking car,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
But the shit, brother, I paid for 2 batteries. I thought it was the battery. You know, I'm old school.
Right.
Or maybe the alternator.
It's probably electrical.
It's
Something's
electrical.
Something's draining it.
Yeah, no, they got
Choose the one.
Go ahead. No, they got gremlins on it, man. Like I said, what I mean by that, is, like I said, they design the shit. And I've been putting stuff in even in our groupie where these new cars are designed, but at the same time, the car companies aren't even honoring the warranties on brand new shit.
Infinity, my Infinity. I was driving on the expressway one year, and
that's supposed to be a top of the line car.
yes, and
You had a good one.
It was a metal something that was in the road because you couldn't see it until last second, couldn't swerve out the way. Hit something on the car. I just remembered it. Everything was cool, whatever. I was starting to have the issues with the tire things underneath, and I was saying, "Oh, this is under warranty. I'm paying all this money to the warranty. They fixed this, they fixed that." I said, "What about this?" They said, "Nah, that's not covered in your warranty." Why? Because they would have to pay a nice grip because it bent the shit. How is this something that was metal gonna bend metal to the point where it was?
It's terrible.
It was
terrible
horrible
metal.
quality.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But then they're gonna turn around and put the name and put a little leather, this and that, and then charge you $70,000-$80,000 for something that don't cost that.
Because it's great. Because just changing your bushing, like I say,
Right.
a bushing $20 fucking dollars.
Right.
$20 fucking dollars.
Right.
You pop them bitches out, put new ones in. A fucking control arm, $500.
I got a scripture for that. What we talking about? Yeah, but this is a spirit. Hey, brother, the spirit is like the wind. We talking about like mechanical shit, but it all ties in.
This man's system is just designed to fucking corrode.
Fuck you all.
Everything ties in.
And it's falling, and he's embarrassed and he's shamed.
I want you brothers to understand something, man. And this is something I learned from Apostle Tahar, man. That's why, yeah, you know, like, hey, brother, like last night when this elder was bigging you up, man, in the spirit, and remember what the scriptures said, let another man esteem me. You know what I mean? That's right. That goes for all you brothers, man. I'm sitting right over there, and I got emotional because when he did that, it just triggered me in a righteous way. That's why I sat there and I got emotional. And, you know, talking about Apostle Tahar, man. You know, and Apostle, you know, you like Apostle Tahar. You like, look, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear, look, brother, you know, because you're a humble brother. But the brother had to get off his chest what he had to say, man. You know what I mean? I'm the same way with Apostle Tahar. Hey, man, look, Apostle Tahar. You brothers don't know, man. No, Apostle Tahar, you won't hear me, man. You won't hear what I got to say. No, brother, you going to listen, man. You're going to let me say what I got to say to you, brother. I have no words, man. I get choked up. Because, like, you know what I mean? Because what I'm saying, he taught us, right, that, like, everything ties in, man. Everything ties in. Like, you know, we were just sitting into my cars, right? But it ties in. Because everything is spiritual. Like, let me get Howard Shah said, the spirit is like the wind. You know, so there might be, who knows? Anything we go into in here tonight, right now, is spiritual. It might help a brother, even that. But it's still, it's like a big, what you say, it's an onion.
Yeah,
Peeling the onion back.
layers.
There's layers, man. But then it still's gonna tie right back in to what, you got something that goes? Please.
He been holding one for a while.
Oh, let him read it, man.
But go ahead. I'm just letting you know he been holding the scripture. He got one too.
Okay, this is just real quick. James 5:3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fly. You have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud. Right. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord as Sabaoth. Everything that he does is fraudulent. It's all a lie. If he tell you this is he got some random cure, it's gonna kill you. All right. If he said I got a brand new car and it's gonna be the best car ever, the best gas mileage, it's gonna be the worst gas mileage. All right. They said, oh, I got this little thing you go plug into your car. It's gonna give you be even better gas mileage. No, you're gonna pay more.
And guess
right?
what's the Quran? And nowadays, because the scripture is saying Daniel did not shall increase. Jake is so keen about finding out the system of Esau and playing better than them.
Yes. Like
And
the
now
brother
you
who's
find
doing
out-
it, turning plastic to gas.
Yeah.
Now they try to kill him.
And now you find out, like, wait a minute, this devil, he off.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't rolling right, because Jake started to get hip on to like, hey, wait a minute, you can do it like this. And that's why his ass been exposed. Now it's like everybody on the internet has a gripe against this fucking Edomite, man. This is spirit the Lord's putting in the
Even
earth,
his
man.
own
It
people,
started from the
shit.
prophets.
That's right.
Everybody like, fuck this devil, man.
What y'all got preached?
Real quick, Psalms 82:4. Deliver the poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked. It said they know not, neither would they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
They said read the poor and needy. Who is more poor and needy than so-called Negro Latino in America?
Exactly.
And he said they know not. Most Jake, they'll have no clue. Most Jake, they don't go doing no research.
don't even
They're
give a
not going
fuck.
to the library. They're not going to using the internet to actually learn about history and this thing in particular. They'll sit there and say, damn, Carver, okay, well, I'm on the bus for a while, so I can come up with, to next year income tax, or I might be able to give me another down payment, give me another car. Jake is just oblivious.
Man,
They
everybody got a
just,
smartphone.
come on, bro.
Yeah, it just shows you how this devil operate, man.
And he knows that
Yep.
they know the tendencies of people, so they cater to
They
the
study
lack of
motherfuckers,
wisdom
yeah,
that
yeah.
Jake has and use it against them.
Like
They have think tanks. They have literal think tanks of thousands and thousands of people who come up with every single thing, possible damn near scenario. And then they say, what's going to be the best for us and cost the most
That's what
for
this-
them,
this-
and how long we can have this go down. Like Willie Lynch said, we do this right, we can do this work down.
Oh, that's bad too.
Alright,
The
like-
Willie Lynch letters. Have you brothers of the Red Dog?
Yeah.
The Willie, man, that's nefarious.
Yes, sir.
That shit is just straight fucking nefarious. You're gonna tell me that this man ain't the devil, and then on top of that, right? They was using that. They came up with that for the Southern Kingdom, but it also works for the Northern Kingdom too. I'm telling you.
They still using the same things to this day.
Because okay, the light-skinned blacks against the dark-skinned blacks. The old against the young, the man against the woman.
Putting the woman in authority.
Yep, the Northern Kingdom, man, let me explain something to you. I'm Northern Kingdom, we Northern Kingdom, this brother, and I grew up, I was around Southern Kingdom too. My mother's Benjamin, but my dad was Reuben. I grew up on the Reds, and the light-skinned Indians against the dark-skinned Indians.
Same shit.
Yep. Whether you have a tribal ID or you don't have a tribal ID. You understand what I mean? All that bullshit, man, it works. You know what I mean? And our people go for it because it'll really go back to the Willie Lynch, that Willie Lynch letter. That wasn't just meant for the Southern Kingdom. Right. That was to be implemented amongst all the tribes.
But it's the underlying thing behind all the courts system. We go try to take for the child support and all that. They all cater to the woman. It's the foundation of how to make sure to keep the Israelite male down.
That's why he be coming with his tactics, like I'm about to read right here, this 1 Thessalonians 5:3. And so, for when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as travail upon the woman with child, and they should not escape. Because this devil, it come with these tactics to suppress people, to use his peace and safety bullshit to really get your mind to think, okay, everything cool, but he really coming with that sword.
That's why
he
the scripture-
always being very devilish. That's what he is.
Sometimes you only say when he do it good, he do it unwillingly.
Exactly.
But at the end, you should know his wickedness.
Yep.
You gotta have a rat to achieve,
Exactly.
right? The whole point of the trap.
That's why the scriptures say, woe to you that go down to Egypt for help and have not asked for me. Because Esau not seeking to Yahweh Shai, they seeking to Esau. And because you going after Esau, going after his fake dainties. But really, you eating poison apples, nigga. He killing you. It ain't the better.
Eat and drink, he say with thee,
Right.
but his heart is not with thee.
Right.
He always set you up, man.
He
It's
ready
all-
to stab you in the back, man. He always got that little knife behind him.
Switchblade.
And then he just come as soon as you turn around, he stabbing you in the
It's always
chest.
a terrible.
Wait a minute. Didn't we read that scripture? Didn't we just read that scripture?
Yeah, right here.
But in their heart they were drawing swords.
Yeah.
Can we read that again? How about Michelle?
This is I know the elder had read the Psalm 55.
The mouths
Smooth
are
as
smoother
butter.
than butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the same.
I believe that's the same scripture.
Yeah,
That's the same scripture.
This
you got it?
Sirach 12 and 10.
No, he-
Oh, you want to get that?
Yeah, he called for a specific scripture. It's Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Elder Malcolm, I've been going into that since the past couple of days. We did how many videos since I've been here?
Yeah.
And that's what's going on now with Iran. Motherfucker said that, oh, okay. Cool, man. We're gonna come together, we're gonna talk, and then I'm bombing your fucking house.
One in that show, Games of Thrones, when they had I forgot the little party they had, and they was all
The red wedding.
Yeah, it was all drinking, and then everybody all of a sudden getting sick. Then they pulling out the sword, slaughtering them all up in the
That's Sirach
fucking room.
13. It said that should be brought down.
Oh, I got Sirach 13, not that.
It say you brought down like John
Validity.
And if I may say, okay, the heathens and brother, us here, we don't give two fucks about what they doing to the heathens.
Facts.
Nah, fuck them.
The Esau killing Esau killing the heathens killing. We don't care. We just using the shit as talking points to get the edification across and prophesy. You know what I mean? We don't give two fucks. They can kill all them Palestinians. They can kill all them Iranians. I don't give two fucks about them Iranians. None of them.
Message.
None of the Edomites.
Let me get this one.
But I want to bring it back to the point of what we were talking about a little earlier. Our people, Israel, right? Especially the Northern Kingdom, and us, the native tribes, they did the same thing to us. And so all I got to say is to them heathens, hey, welcome to the club.
Right.
Finally.
Welcome to the club. Because they did that to us. I can go into the history.
Welcome to your destruction.
Welcome, right? Because they would do that to us, and they would meet with the tribes and make treaties with us, right? And then, okay, look, you fly this American flag over your camp, and the soldiers we will not attack. You signed after you didn't sign the treaty, and we're gonna give you guys allotments and this, that, the other, and then the fucking following day, the fucking cavalry will come and just massacre the whole village.
Oh, you didn't read the fine
Right,
print.
because no one is on defense anymore. They didn't put their guns down, they didn't put their guard down.
Yep.
And
They gave him credence.
Yeah,
Right, scripture says.
He's always been a bitch nigga like
and then
that.
we would have an American flag that happened to Chief, I believe, Bigfoot. Yeah, and had the American flag flying in the camp. And then when these dubbing, they would always attack at dawn. Because people are still sleeping.
Yeah.
That's your most vulnerable point,
The
man.
same way Esau attacked when he came to attack the young ones. He didn't come in the front where the soldiers was at. He wanted to go around and attack the women and the children in the backside.
That's some bitch ass shit.
hey, they just did that. I was like I said, I was started rewatching The Last Kingdom. And that's the same bitch shit they did in that. They came out to meet them in battle, and they weren't there. They left the city of London. They came into London, and but then they went and attacked the camp where women and children were.
Fucking them up.
Isn't that one of the primary differences between Reuben and Gad? Reuben never signed any
Oh, no, we
treaties.
never signed treaties.
Reuben never,
signed.
Reuben never surrendered. Matter of fact, we beat their ass.
We beat their ass, bro.
That was a war
Message.
where 3,000 Reubenite soldiers went up against 30,000 Edomite cavalry and brought their numbers down to 3,000. So basically killed 27,000 of them.
Excellency of the Lord's strength.
Yes.
And then when they come, We retreated into the swamps.
Yeah.
We just retreated, and then Esau couldn't deal with them.
And
He couldn't heal the sky.
and they were forced to make a treaty. Esau came and was like, look, please, we want to, and then they backstabbed us on that.
They came with that Gatling
You know,
gun.
to this day,
Gatling.
to this day, well, the Trail of Tears, well, that's involved in now. There was some Reubenites on the Trail of Tears too. It wasn't just the Cherokee.
Right.
It was what they called the 5 civilized tribes. But to this day, I got some news for you. We are still considered, our tribe, our people, us. It's still on file. Esau, don't forget. We're still considered enemy combatants.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah, I read that.
Well,
The Seminoles,
it
we're
is what
still
it is.
considered enemy combatants. So at any given time, if they know you're Seminole or you have Seminole bloodline, they could come any given time and just try to snatch us up.
Damn.
Just for that alone.
Shit.
Because we never signed a treaty. There was never any treaty
So right
signed.
here, I was
It's
about
really
to come
just a
snatch them up.
ceasefire.
I think a lot of Reubenites had mixed with Judah too, right?
Yeah, well that came along because
That was
that's
the
how-
whole story of John Horse.
Yeah, John Horse. Well, let me tell you about John Horse. John Horse was really a Reubenite. His mother was Judah.
Come.
Oh.
Yeah, he was.
Well, Esau liked to tell it, the way around. I knew he was a Reubenite.
His father was of native Seminole blood. His mother was, a woman that was like a runaway slave because
Right.
the slaves would run away and we took them in. We took in the runaway slaves and we set them up with their own land and stuff like that. And they were our allies, our friends. And he was like, hey man, and then of course there was intermarriage and shit like that. And because but you know what, man? And then they became known as the Black Seminoles. That's where that whole phrase, the Black Seminoles, came from, because those were the Judites. But when they came, they were adopted into the tribe. So they started learning the native stuff. They learned our language, and then the main thing was we found out that there were similarities with a lot of them, which the white man called African customs, but Israelite customs.
Right.
And we like, we got a kinship, man. And then the white man came and said, look, you Indians, we ain't got no problem with y'all, which is a lie. You just read the scripture. Give us, turn back over them slaves to us, and we won't bother you.
Okay.
And we pretty much told them to go fuck themselves, right? We told them to go fuck themselves, right? Right. But then Black Seminoles, right? They were like, man, they fought. And our thing was like, hey man, well, look, brothers, we got y'all back. Y'all have our back. So it was like Reuben and Judah. We told them, look, man, when these devils come, y'all got to be on deck to fight.
That's right.
That's one of my favorite scenes.
And they were.
Yeah.
Oh no, they were the most vicious.
They were. They fucked them up.
Because they wasn't trying to go back into slavery. They were like, fuck you, man. I ain't going back to that way of life.
Right.
So we'll die. We'll all die together.
What was that movie? Was it 12 Years a Slave when they was running through the forest?
Yeah, he ran into the
They ran into the Gadites, and then there was a freezing thing that was like, oh shit. And the very next scene, they was up there drinking and.
Bro, they was just watching their ass dance, bro.
Yeah, man. So that's what it was. So Reuben and Judah, it was like, fuck that. We knew, hey, man, these are brothers.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that's what that was. And Esau, we told Esau to go fuck himself. Just come on down. This is what we're gonna do, right? Mm-hmm. That's what it is. So this devil, right? The white man, he's just a real devil. You know what I mean?
I got one too, brother. This is Jeremiah 15:33.
That's spirits like that.
And it says, Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause.
And I'm going to plead our cause by you, brothers. The truth. How is that happening? What are you brothers doing? What are we doing right now?
Silent crime.
Yes, con. You're absolutely right. But what are y'all doing? What are we doing here?
Exposing them, bringing up
Y'all
charges.
teaching. Y'all doing the work. You brothers going out on the line, on the camp. We doing the video right now, pleading his cause. The Lord, by who? The prophets. So, hey man, you brothers, this is a glorious work.
And I'm not done, brother. And he and Copple's up there.
He had his hand up for like 20 minutes.
This is that he may give rest in the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. He's gonna put he's gonna shut these proud motherfuckers up, man.
Message.
All right. The Lord is going to destroy Esau, Edom. All right.
That's true.
Yeah, and he's starting with this system of things, and you see the division and the separation of his women from him. And women collectively are not really effing with white men right now.
That's right. The curse is falling on them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, the heathen women want Jake. They telling Jake to come overseas.
Yeah.
They telling Jake to go. Come on, black man, please.
Yeah.
Come.
Yeah.
Oh, if I may, this is Sirach 30, Salakia. This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. So all the ills and infirmities of the world, it's going back to this lie IQ Edomite. And the whole world is exposing that. Like everything in society is made to be broken. Everything is poisonous. All right. Everything is meant to kill you. All right. Everything is just anti-life. And the devil hates that. How dare you fucking niggers and engines? How dare you expose me on a global scale? You know. How dare y'all point that out, man?
And he's exposing himself. The information we get from you. Talking about, bro, I just learned this shit last week, but it's just so fucked up how they were openly sterilizing the women in Puerto Rico. The women that refused the sterilization got pushed out the job force, and it reached to the point where women of pregnable age, 40% of them were sterilized.
Wow.
All right, you told us this. This is how we know this shit, man. You the fucking devil. That which is done in darkness shall come to the light.
The uranium in the
All
paint.
right. The guy, the one guy from I think it's Ohio. They was doing experiments. No, Ohio.
Yes, that too.
Okay, but Ohio.
So the estrogen.
No, what was in Ohio? I thought the ski was in Ohio. What was in Ohio?
That's all good. You got scripture.
I got one.
So I remember
it's all there. The brothers from doing the night,
Same
they used to put something in church's chicken and they used to make so-called black man sterile.
That's yeah.
That's some real shit. They was saying that.
That's undercover brother.
There was also what was the movie where
They
it was
cloned
in the
Tyrone.
the Anaconda?
Undercover
that was
brother. No, Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite. So they've been put. That's. So the point being is that
Because Edomite
what
men,
that really
yeah,
means is
yeah.
that they've been attacking us
Yeah.
through the food.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They put
Facts.
chemicals in the food. They're putting things into the meat, things into the, and I believe that some of the things that they tried to do, they were really scientifically generated to attack Jake.
Hey,
But it's messing up Esau too.
it was a Edomite woman. She brought out how she was testing the milk in Jake neighborhood, and the milk was radioactive.
Yeah, the paint, the projects
I
too.
think I remember that.
It was
It paint everywhere was what had that lead in it.
yeah, but
About the radioactive.
no, but with Esau, it was a woman who went to St. Louis, and she was doing studies on Jake, in the paint, and you know how they put asbestos and all of that. All that was to fuck Jake up, and she found out that they was doing. That's why they call them the projects, the fucking science experiment. So she found out that the paint was radioactive, so the paint was affecting the children. Why you see a lot of nigglets that don't understand right from wrong, that's coming because they got that radioactive
Project mentality.
the shit fuck with it fuck with they mental. So even when it comes to like the fetal alcohol syndrome and all that, it showed the same shit where they don't understand right from wrong. And that's why you see a lot of these little niggas.
What you mean?
Right,
I
and
can't push them down the stairs.
right. And it's the same thing these little niggas doing today. You think they remodeling the project? No, they remodeling it, but they putting shit in the paint and in the ceilings and shit to fuck Jake up.
You sleeping under, you eating
He's
under,
eating under it.
taking showers and it's heating up.
And then it was another study.
Projects in New York City,
Yep.
right? The projects. When I came up from Florida, I stayed in the projects.
Yeah.
From an aerial view,
I know.
and
Texas.
you already know, right?
Chicago
It was New
too.
York, Chicago too.
Chicago too.
It's like basically the drop.
Yeah, those ones along State Street.
Fairway Garden.
Yeah, those ones that's still there on State Street. Not Strawberry Taylor Home's gone. The one on on State Street near downtown.
Oh, okay.
On the low end.
You talking about Lawless?
Those.
They call it Helios.
Yeah, whatever it is,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's in the 20s or the 30s.
Yeah,
You got a whole
it's a whole
row of
bunch,
projects. All of those are like a T.
That shit
And
crazy.
so when you fly over them, you can see that they're X.
Bomb.
So when planes are flying over them, they know what to bomb. They made them in
That shit
T's
crazy.
on purpose.
And-
Because all the projects are built that way.
And they
the projects usually have Northern and Southern Kingdom in it.
and there was another thing that just came out. I forgot which project it was, but they put blowers on top of the project buildings, and they was spraying Jake with shit.
Oh, that's over here over in the 100.
Yeah.
Ardell Gardens.
Yeah.
Ardell Gardens.
Well, they-
Ardell just said chemical factory.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
And that shit,
A lot
Yeah,
of
they-
people was getting sick from the war when they came from war.
Right. So they was spraying Jake, and they was telling him like, "What is this for?" They was like, "Oh no, we just doing, trying to." They gave him some bullshit excuse. The whole time Esau in hazmat suits, and they riding around in cars, right?
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be.
Yeah, right.
For your gut. The people that control the food is called FDA, Food Drug Administration.
Right.
What you doing?
They're administrating drugs.
Well, that was a military branch. That was a military. They dealt with military equipment before they dealt with like chemical military shit before they even dealt with food. So they show you that shows you what this is a war on your ass.
Yeah.
Warfare.
This is warfare, nigga.
And when that scripture come to life that we shall eat poison and live, when it's really is because the shit
It means literally.
because even when you go into the ingredients in the food, this is why we just need Yahweh. We got to get the fuck out of here.
Bro, you take a shower,
Bro,
shower, get all type of
your skin the biggest organ.
Well, it just rain metals down.
Right.
That shit gets into the water supply.
Yeah.
When you clean yourself, this is your biggest appendage. This is your body. It's your skin,
Right.
your biggest organ.
Right.
And it absorbs everything.
So
All right. So one way or another, we like you said, brother. Yashawan's famous
you
word.
got to get the fuck out of here.
Brother, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, you got forever.
We
Yeah.
really
So
gotta go.
You got forever chemicals. Hey, cause listen, man, I was just talking. Before we did it live, we did it live earlier, and I said this, man. I said, listen, there is no human solution to the fucking shit that's been done to this earth right now, bro. We need the Lord, bro. There's a whole fucking ocean of fucking plastic, bro. There's chemical radiation being spilled into the ocean. No human. Let's say there was a righteous king to rise up right now that was just a person.
How you gonna clean it?
He couldn't fucking do it, bro. We need a God to do this shit, bro.
My turtles got herpes.
right.
Esau fucking with
Hey,
Right.
so
I got something.
But let's get them last scriptures, man. We gotta get ready to wrap.
can,
It's Sirach 10:10. A physician cut it off a long disease, and he that is today a king tomorrow should die. So the physician is Yahushua. He had to come back to kill this fucking cancer with this fucking devil.
Take out this unrighteous, crazy king.
right.
What
Niggas
was it? Game of Thrones? Who was that called? The Maniac King or the Mad King? The Mad King. Yeah, we got to get rid of the Mad King, man.
Yeah.
All right, the Lord is coming to do it. Read it again, Baba Shah.
Yeah, this Sirach 10:10. The physician cut it off a long disease, and he that is today a king tomorrow should die.
There it is, man. So the kings of today, tomorrow gonna die. They're going into slavery first, though. Then they gonna die. That's right. It's going down the line, brother. What you got?
This is Obadiah 1:5. It says,
if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out?
This fucking
How-
devil went in. I'm sorry to cut you.
Yeah,
I can't help it, man.
Yeah, of course.
If the grape gatherers came to be, would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Yeah.
Trump, we're taking Greenland, we're doing this, we're taking your oil, we're taking your resources, we're taking everything.
Everything.
And that goes back to ancient Israel. What I mean is, I'm explaining to you. When we was coming out of Egypt, going into the promised land, right, when the law was established and set up, Israel, our people, we had a welfare system. We had a welfare system. What happened if you had land, right? You had, like, let's say you had a grape vineyard, you had an apple tree, you had an orange tree. That was the law. That was in our law.
You left the corners.
You left some there for the poor.
You left the corners.
You don't glean
Yeah, because you had certain Israelites who weren't as fortunate as others. So some, hey man, some poor
always
brothers and
eat.
sisters came by, a family or whatever, man. They was allowed to come on your property and
Get the corners.
yeah, pick a couple of apples or oranges or grapes, whatever, man. Because the whole system was set up that we're supposed to take care of each other.
Matter of fact, the scripture said, if you see your brother in decay, you're supposed to restore him.
Yeah.
You know,
God.
that's in our law. If you see one of your peoples and they, fell on bad times, and you had the means to help them,
Especially if you're capable.
Come on, right? You had the means, right?
You know, you got the means to do it. So
So
like, look, I got all this land, brother. You know what? You can set up over here. This is one corner, and I got some trees with fruit on it. You can feed right there.
or even if you have some cat, like some cattle, that you can slaughter one of my oxen. Feed you and your family, man.
I give them a donut too.
Right.
So now you got milk, and you can breed your own and whatever, you know.
Right.
And then you work the deal. So well, look, brother, you like what y'all saying, and yeah, man. Okay, well, look, brother, I'll tell you what, yeah, you can come and you and your family relax, brother, just rest, take a couple of days, get your thoughts right,
Get your bearings.
and get your bearings, and then we'll on this day we're gonna sit down and have counsel, and so some of y'all young the men, and say, look, we'll work a deal. You could work for me, maybe you could work for me. You can help me. That way you can get on your feet. That was the whole righteous system of our law.
Right.
So that's why when the brother's reading over that, I'm gonna let you finish,
Restore
man.
your nigga.
If the grape gatherers came, would they not leave some grapes? See, you gotta know the scriptures. You gotta fully.
They would because it was in the law. They
Yes.
would because it was in the law.
It was in the law. But this devil, Esau's the type of motherfucker that he's the type of motherfucker. He don't even honor the land Sabbath. Man.
Yeah.
And Gad and Reuben, we knew about that.
That's why y'all moved around.
Cut. You can't deplete the resources of one particular area, man. We knew that. The natives, we knew that, right? You hunt in a particular area, you might plant gardens, and you might have been there for 7 years, let's say. But then you say, okay, well, let's move
Give it a rest.
to another area and let this area replenish. We'll come back in a few years, man. The Aztecs knew that. The Mayans, they set up certain permanent dwellings, but even then they would still, so that's going to set up
Migrate,
another,
move around.
migrate a little. We'll come back here in 10 years. Because if you just stay in one fucking area and you just keep killing and hunting all the animals, all the deer, all the buffalo, after a while it's going to deplete.
Hey, and animals are not dumb. They go say, okay, hold on, we dying over here. Let's move around a little bit.
Come.
That's what they gonna do.
You understand? So that's why we understood that. That's why the scripture says what? The Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Lord. You understand?
Con.
So we're the Israelites, man. So we did that, but then the fucking white man, Esau, right? White man. Why? Is just a monster. He's a vampire, right? That's
right.
One area he set up
Parasite.
all these fucking cities, and that's why all of us, man, no matter how much we work out and we do what we gotta do, all of us got fucking spinal problems.
Oh, yeah.
Spinal.
All of us got spinal problems. We all got that fucked up shit. What did he do? He sets up fucking cities, these fucking
Concrete
cities,
jungle.
concrete, and walking on this concrete, brother, you're gonna be fucked up.
Walking in the mountains all
And it's land concrete too.
Yeah, walking. That shit got us fucked up. Brother, why y'all think we got like, you try to stand up sometimes, you gotta crack your back, or have a brother crack your back for you, or you know what I mean? You're wearing these fucking stupid,
all
Leg
with
ankle
rubber,
injuries.
which is not conductive to, is not conducive to charge yourself. We're electrical beings. We're supposed to have things that is nature on the bottom of our feet,
Nature
leather,
based.
wood, sole, leather, sole, so you can grab. That's where I was looking for. We can ground.
the earth is alive, man. You
God.
know, right?
Yep.
Thanks.
Y'all know that. See, and Gad and Reuben, we knew that. That's why what we used to say, the earth is our mother. The earth is alive. Even the rock is alive. The trees are alive. Okay, the earth breathes, it lives, man.
I bring life.
Well, I grew up learning this shit.
Yep.
The earth is alive, man. When you touch a rock, and then Esau in his mind is just a fucking rock. It's just that rock. Even that rock has a spirit or a soul to it. The earth itself is a living organism.
That's right.
We're living organisms. The Lord, how about you now,
Gotta fight it.
created it that way, man. You understand? So when you walking, whether you go barefoot or like Gad and Reuben, even all of us, all of we wore moccasins. The moccasins was what? Made out of animal hide. So when you walking, man, the next time you brothers in the woods somewhere, walk barefoot. And you're gonna see a difference, man. Because we're supposed to, it's like, a phone charger. You know, in order for your phone to charge,
Like you put your phone on one of them chargers and it charges itself.
it charges
You
up.
ain't gotta plug it in, you just put it on there. You
But
got
we're cut off, man. We're fucking cut off from the source, from the light. And then this devil putting concrete over everything and just being a devil. This man gotta go down.
Yeah.
He gotta fucking go.
That's right.
Bottom
Showing
line.
video.
I'm
Real
sorry.
quick.
Can you finish that, brother?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you brothers get.
The last part here says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? So, hey, Esau, Edom, man, like, these thieves will come, they'll steal till they have enough. But Esau, Edom, he doesn't stop, man. He's on stolen land, and now he's in the Middle East, continuing to steal the resources out there. He's never going to stop, man, and the whole earth is starting to search these things out, man. They're starting to come out. And that's that son of perdition going to be revealed, man. Once he gets revealed, it's going to be over, man.
Facts.
No, that's why Psalms 49, he think his house continue forever. That's why if you look at old school sci-fi movies, he said, what, space, the final frontier. If your house don't stop this devil, he ain't gonna make it no way, but this devil think he gonna go colonize other planets and shit. Right?
Pollute the universe.
Well, he keeps
Pollute the
saying that
heavens.
shit,
Right.
but he knows he can't go past Savannah Island.
That's
You can't get close to it.
It's the three holy children, 1 and 9, and thou did deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of God, to an unjust king and the most wicked in all the world. So like the apostle said, this nigga gotta go, bro. He gotta go. The scriptures also say, shall the earth be forsaken for thee? All right, the wicked, he'll tear himself in his anger. All right, and that's why it says in the book of Revelation,